Did you know there was a paramilitary group based in Florida that would launch commando raids on Cuba? And this was after the Bay of Pigs invasion. Meet Alpha 66. This group was established in 1961 by a group of 66 Cuban exiles, many of whom were veterans of the Cuban Revolution who had turned against Fidel Castro in the aftermath. One of these founders was Eloy Gutierrez Manoyo, a major commander of the revolution who later led a guerrilla campaign against Castro in the Escambray Mountains. The organization was initially founded in Puerto Rico, but it established its headquarters in Miami, Florida, an area with a large Cuban exile population. It received training and funding from the CIA, who, despite the failure of the Bay of Pigs invasion, were still committed to ousting Castro. With this initial support, the group purchased weapons and equipment and began organizing training camps in the Florida Everglades. Their goal? Undo Castro's revolution. Alpha 66 lost CIA support after they realized that they had little control over the group's actions. However, the group continued to operate largely with impunity. Alpha 66 members rarely faced criminal charges for its activities, and its training camps were conducted in full view of the US authorities. Alpha 66's activities were simultaneously political and militant. The group operated radio transmitters that would broadcast messages in support of their cause into Cuba, and it organized protests and fundraising events across Cuban American communities. It was also responsible for a number of attacks on Cuba. These included infiltrations, sabotage, assassination attempts against Castro, of which they said they were responsible for at least four, and boat raids targeting Cuba's tourism industry. It was reportedly the most active anti-Castro paramilitary. The majority of these activities took place in the 1970s and 80s, but attacks continued well into the late 90s. Here's a clip of an interview with Alpha 66 Commander Jesus Hoyas describing their operations.
We're like drive-by shooters. We go in the boats because we pick a target out and we try to burst fires into it.
And what was the objective? You were trying to get rid of tourism, and can you
Trying
just explain what were you trying to do?
Trying to get tourism to stop going in Cuba, trying to spend money, going there economy-wise, trying to stop that so we can liberate Cuba.
What would happen if you hit bystanders, civilians, tourists perhaps?
No, we didn't hit the tourists because we were aiming at the military outposts.
As relations between the US and Cuba thawed, the group largely ceased its militant activities. However, Alpha 66 is still believed to exist, and some chapters are reportedly active as late as 2023. Despite this, most of its members are of old age and have long given up the dream of taking Cuba by the gun. If you found this interesting, follow for more stories of America's underground.